Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters for August 2025. And what we've got for you right now is, imagine this, a full top 16 bracket, one where it's not divided up into like 7 different streams. We're actually going to play all 3 matches in the quadrant. Can you believe it? And that quadrant is going to be kind of a big one. It's a big one. We got Dog playing Tetris, taking on Scotto Bozo. Oh, Dog saying it might be divided if me and Andy win. I had no idea that was a thing. Dang nabbit. Oh, sorry to swear, guys. I didn't mean to say that. But anyway, Dog playing Tetris will be taking on Scotto Bozo. Pixelandi will be taking on Meme. And then the winners of those 2 matches, I thought, were going to be playing against one another. I had no idea that it might not be happening because the thing just said winner versus winner. So that's a thing. All right, well, now I'm rooting against both Dog and Andy. See, Dog? You've been using the same capture card? Seriously? What the heck? All right, well, I'm rooting against both of you actually now. I'm just kidding, of course. It's fine. Whatever it takes. We'll figure it out. How are you going to play against each other ever? Are you going to go to like a different house or like what? How are you actually play against each other if it comes to that? I don't know. All right, we'll figure it out. Do you want me to mail you one? Oh, you got an easy cat. All right. My God, they're $14. You guys are $14. I mean, the easy cap is like $14. Like, get one. Although, who knows? With tariffs, it could be, $38. Who knows? Anyway, that is the plan. The plan was and is that the 2 players who will win these 2 red and pink matches will face off against each other. I guess it's not going to happen if it's one specific scenario, so we'll see what happens. Wheels McCoy, thank you for the tier 1 sub. So that is the plan, okay? Let's take a look at our top 8 just so you can see where we're at. There it is. We have nobody in the semifinals. There's a 1 in 4 chance or whatever that we still don't have a semifinalist on August 27th. We'll see is that what it is? 1 in 4? I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be, we got AV Geek and Peak. That rhymes. That's going to be fun. Chroma Leo, Nanu is in, and we're going to have 2 more people at least in the top 8. Not at least, I mean, at most also. And then we'll see what happens if we can play down. So that's the plan. Let us go ahead and tell you about the rules. The rules of this tournament is that it is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on a TSC console. Players can play an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller so long as there's no beat buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronic, mechanical, or even biological. No biological turbo because this is a DAS tournament. So players should be heeding the spirit of DAS. You know what it is. Just play DAS. Press and hold play style. You all know what it is. You can add a quick tap at the end of a DAS movement. That is fine. That is standard. And we're not too finicky about, 2 and 3 taps in the middle of the board. But those 4 and 5s, those better be clean, my friends. This is a best of 5. So the first player to 3 is the winner of the match, except in the finals, which is best of 7. Level 18 starts all the way through. Same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Hertz and input display turned on. Players do not receive any in-game advice. Nobody in your room or in your earphone or in your same house. You happen to live with another Tetris player. Do not have them give you any advice. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you to if you do experience tech issues like OBS problems, internet problems, PC issues. Just keep playing. Assume that your game will count. Do not pause and go, oh, well, hey, guys, what do I do? Just keep playing. That's what you do, okay? Good. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands at $905. We are $95 short of our $1,000 top 8 incentive. So if we get another $95, we can pay the top 8. That means both of our winners today would make it into the prize pool. Otherwise, well, we're only going to pay the top 4. So we rely on you, the fans, to provide the prize pool, right? So it's all up to you. If you want these tournaments to go on, if you want them to attract the top Tetris talent on the planet, then prize pool is an essential part of that. And of course, DAS Masters and our Masters, really all the CTM tournaments, kind of the marquee flagship tournament in the online scene of classic Tetris. So, you know, I don't know. Seems like it's a good thing to support. So $95 is what we need. If you want to use the, if you want to contribute to the prize pool, use the Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up some links. The one that says DM or DAS, that is the one. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. The top right-hand corner has a button that says log in. That's where you do it. It's kind of, it's not very bright. It's not very prominent, but it's there, I promise. Click on that. You'll open up a window and you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. No need to make a separate Matcherino account. So just log in with Twitch and you're in. Then you'll see a mustard colored button that says contribute. And that's how you contribute. If you're watching after the fact, you can go to go.ctm/DAS prize. That is how you can get to it if you're not watching live. I think if you're on YouTube, the link is in the description. That's how to support the players. To support the channel, you got a lot of different ways to do it, and one big reason to do it. The big reason is you want Classic Tetris Monthly to survive. We have been the marquee online event in the Classic Tetris scene since 2017. Classic Tetris scene would not be what it is without Classic Tetris Monthly, so we don't want to be without Classic Tetris Monthly. So if you want to help it continue, support the channel. YouTube, you've got super chats, super stickers, super thanks, super comments, channel memberships. You can gift a channel membership. Twitch, you've got bits, you've got subscriptions, gift subs, Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime Gaming subs, if you're an Amazon Prime member. And if you want to support us in another way, go to patreon.com/monthlytetris, just like the people listed on this screen have done, and make an ongoing pledge of support. Big shouts to Scott Gray, Jay Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Den, Kim Emerald, Potato Cat Kid, Mila, and Jason. And to find other ways to support us, use the support command, and they'll have things like Cash App and Venmo and Hoo Ha Ding Dong. I don't know, whatever it is, you'll find it. But thank you to everybody who is supporting us, and yeah, we'll keep Classic Tetris Monthly alive. Okay, I'm just gonna flop on over to our game scene. We'll start refreshing these players. We'll get it all going. All right, what do we got? Seed 3, is that what it is? No, seed, I can't even read the seeds. I'm so old. I'm old and cold. That is seed 3. Okay, so seed 3, we're gonna refresh that one. DMO3, that is the code for that. And DM14, we're gonna refresh that one. We'll adjust the cams. We'll get everything looking beautiful for all y'all. All y'all. All right. There's one individual who plays Tetris. Let me just lock this thing. All y'all. All right, do we have... Oh my goodness, we got a little extra from Doc today. Okay, that's good. And we'll get Scotto up in there. We're just going to keep Scotto's camera that size. What do you think, guys? We'll just keep it like that, right up in the... small in the corner. That works, right? No. Let's fix that. Scotto. Scotto's here. No, 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 no. How is Dr. Mario going? I'm never playing it again. I'm so bad at it. Oh, I just got dizzy all of a sudden. Oh, I can see me resizing Scotto's camera live. Like I can actually watch me do it. That's pretty weird. All right, players, that music means the pieces are about to be delivered, right? I want you to drill into your mind that when you hear the original CTM music, it's time to play Tetris, right? That is what it means, and the pieces will be delivered, and you should be ready by the time that music comes on. It takes 10.5 minutes, something like that. What is it? I'll tell you right now. Let's see. It's Voltage takes 420, and Oasis takes 5 minutes and 20 seconds. So it's 9 minutes, 45 seconds. And so, yeah, it's 10 minutes basically. So, all right, that's pretty good. So, yeah, basically just about 10 minutes, pieces delivered. That's a good amount of time. Classic Dr. Mario Monthly. I mean, that already exists, Mr. Burrow. Ego Chip says, I totally watch Dr. Mario Monthly. It already exists. It's a thing. I have nothing to do with it. Except that, you know, I had a thing called Monthly. And then they're like, oh, we should call our things Monthly. Like that's the only thing I have to do with it. But I didn't even call it Monthly to begin with. I stole it from Friday Witch. Okay. Looks like both players are ready. Oh God, somebody.
Dog play Tetris, you got C-checked, bro.
That's a DB, dog. DB. B's and eights, man. B's and eights. All right, good. All right, looks like both players are ready to play classic Tetris, played the classic way. Dog versus Scotto, CTM DAS Masters, August 2025. Red bracket, top 16. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right. TJT. We are starting off with the TJT. That is good. 2 pushdown points for Scotto, who's already got the lead, like right off the bat. Amazing. Can you imagine? On the left side of your screen, it's Dog playing Tetris. He qualified into this tournament in seed number 3. That means he got a 2-round bye. So this is Dog's first match of the tournament. Everyone with seeds 1 through 8 get an automatic berth into the round of 16. So Dog playing his first match of the tournament. He qualified in with a 1.13 million with DAS. That was the average of his best 2 games played in 1 hour. He's got a DAS PB of 1.28 million. That is a top 20 score on the PB list. He was ranked number 6 in the most recent Premier poll for DAS. Premier poll is a ranking of Tetris players done after a survey of Tetris broadcasters and journalists and so forth, run by Bumpy Heart. And you can see the full results over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. Dog is also 6th on, 3 on the open list. So 6 on the DAS list, 3 on the open list. He is a 2-time winner of this event. We've held the event, up until this month, 9 times. Andy has won 6 times. Dog has won twice. Giovanni won the other time. So a 2-time winner, looking to get back into the semifinals and have a shot at a 3rd title. He is an 11-time Masters winner. 9 of those times were in the monthlies. 1 of those times was at Lone Star, our live championship. And 1 time was in Mega Masters this year. So he is CTM's reigning annual champion. Mega Masters won that back in April. Was it April or March? I forget. It was one of those. I think it was April. Yeah, it was April. So yeah, Dog won that. So he's our reigning overall Open champion. We're going to have a Mega Das Masters at some point when they get all the mold out of my apartment and I can breathe again. That'll be good. And yeah, maybe his proudest achievement, the winner of the Stupid Tetris Monthly No Nextbox World Championship, did that earlier this month. It was a June event that stretched into August, and Dog is the official No Nextbox World Champion. Defeated Trap Zone in the finals of that. On the right side of your screen, Scotto. Scotto qualified in seed number 14 with a 1.02 million. 359,000 right now for Scotto. 301 for Dog. Game 1 of this best of 5. So Scotto qualified into seed number 14. He got, therefore, to skip a round and start in the round of 24. And he defeated Curie in that round 2 and now gets to play in round 3, the round of 16. This is Scotto's 9th appearance in Das Masters. He's finished as high as the top 8, and that was last month. Now, he might have done it one more time before, don't remember. Well, maybe he didn't. Maybe that was his first time, but looking to equal that achievement and maybe exceed it today. Scotto is was the winner of our second ever Stupid Tetris Monthly annual multi-mode championship. That was back in 2021. He's been in the monthly Masters, I think, 6 times overall, not counting STM. He's the first player ever to start a game of Tetris, a regular old game of Tetris on an OG cart and get a 1.5. He did it with DAS. He did it using a very difficult RNG manipulation technique where he basically memorized an entire game's worth of placements and then had to start the original cartridge on the correct frame and get all the moves correct in order to ensure that the P sequence didn't break. And by that means, he was able to be the first player ever to put up a 1.5 in a fair start of a classic, an NES Tetris game. It's also a speedrunner, 513 for Scotto into 19. He's also a speedrunner who specializes in the Ratchet and Clank series, where he has several world records. That left side for Scotto is going to be fatal. Nothing he can do. So it's a chase down here for Dog of 516, 515, and anything gets it, really. If he takes a double right here, he probably gets it. If he takes his triple, he gets it. And it doesn't matter. He's got it. All right, so Dog is good in game number 1. Goes up 1-0. When the baby boomers of the internet age find out this channel, it will go viral, says Kiri Games. All right, I hope so. Tell all your baby boomers of the internet age to come to this channel. Ego Chip says, please no, don't send any more people to this channel. Yeah, Ego Chip, we don't need anybody watching this channel who are older and, you know, are in their prime earning years, or who have already saved a substantial amount of savings and can support the channel. We definitely don't want that. So thank you, Ego Chip, for saving us from the best demographic that we need. All right. Looks like both players, A3427E, both players are ready. Game number 2. Dog up 1-0. So here comes game number 2. All right, Scotto already ahead with 1 push down point. CTWC wise, these players have had some success. Dog is a 6-time gold bracket player, and 5 of those times he has finished in the top 4 or higher, with 2 wins in 2020 and 2021, and a runner-up in 2024, and the other 2 times, semifinals. It's also 5th in the DAS Jonas Cup, CTWC's DAS North American Championship in 2024. That is coming up, I think, is it next month? Can't wait to watch. $114 for Scotto, $114 for Dog. Dog also with some success in regionals. He just 2 weekends ago won the Space City Regional in Houston, defeating Blue Scooty in the finals of that. And I think a week before that, or maybe 2 weeks before that, I don't know, a week, was in Columbus, Ohio, and won the WPL Championship and CTWC Regional, defeating Meme in the finals 3-0. Also won the Dallas Underground. I think it was an invite-only kind of a regional, sort of, that he himself helped to organize, in the long tradition of players organizing regionals and then winning them, like Meme did this year with the Minnesota Regional, and Blue Scooty holding a regional in his library, his hometown library. So yeah, that's a thing. And in CTWC, Scotto played in the gold bracket 4 times from 2019 through 22. Played in the silver bracket in 2023 and 2024, and won the silver bracket in 2023. Also played in the Jonas Cup as well last year. $313 for Scotto. Scotto, you've seen in regionals at Portland. Portland now has a regional, not at the PRGE, but there was one that happened back in April, and he was in the top 4 of that. He's one of the few people still active in the scene that actually played in the CTWC Gold bracket in 2019. Still, kind of super active. I mean, he plays DAS Masters nearly every month. He's still super active. He'll get occasionally a Brodendam played. He's here. Sharky played. He's not super active, in comp anymore. Just more on the back end stuff. Occasionally, dips his toe in the water competitively here and there. $476 for Scotto, $374 for Dog. Dirt Block on YouTube says, what CTWC regional is the most popular? That's a tough one. In terms of popular, I think the Genesis one has gotten a lot of attention and a deep talent pool. I think anything held in Texas is going to have a deep talent pool just because of, the kind of people who live in the area. And I think the Columbus one is pretty popular. It's like a multi. It's not only NES Tetris. They run other block stacking games there as well. 552 for Scotto, 476 for Dog. So Scotto right now, 50, how is the math here? 76,000 points ahead, something like that. Scotto is into 19 at 580. There's a Tetris or Dog, gets that bar over. He transitions into 19 at 509. Scotto 605 through 138. There are other block stacking games. Is that even legal in Ohio? Says Jungle Cook. I am not a lawyer, so I advise you to go consult a lawyer. 615 for Scotto, gets that bar over. Okay, unblocks that right side. Scotto surviving here, but needs to uncover and then needs a quick bar or something to chop that down. And yes, he gets something to chop that down, opens up the right, blocks it again, because that piece wasn't getting over to the left. So he unblocks, quick tap happening. Scotto with the great survival lasting through this drought. And the long bar, oh no, and he finally gets the long bar and he hangs it. So let's see if he can get something over here. I think it's going to require a quick tap if he even gets it. And the bar does not come. So that was a fatal hang because Dog was already ahead by a few thousand points. And Dog is going to go up 2 games to none. So yeah, that was impressive survival from Scotto, making ample use of that quick tap. And then when the bar came, I don't think he had quite enough DAS to get it over, and it just hung. And that was, you don't want to see people going out like that. I mean, I'm sure Dog wants to see people going out like that when he's playing, but, you know, we want people to get all the way to the end, right? All right, new pieces are here. A8662F just ran out of DAS. Yeah, he did run out of DAS. It's so funny because, you know, people have asked, like, you know, you'll say when you're talking about a DAS tournament, you say, oh, he, you know, he didn't have DAS or whatever. And people are like, what do you mean you don't have DAS? What do you mean? Yeah, you have to, like, charge DAS. You got a little charging thing and you got to charge it up. So you have it and you can lose it. Okay. A8662F. All right, both players are on. Seed, and they are about to play game number 3. Dog up 2-0. Pseudo Canard with a $35 contribution into the prize pool gets us up to 940. We're 60 away from hitting our top 8 incentive. All right, so Scotto is up against it here, has got to win this one to continue on in this tournament. All right, Scotto gonna uncover that hole, plunks the long bar into it, uncovers the right side well over there in column 10. Trying to keep it open. Getting a little droughted, both players actually, of course, actually, like you'd be surprised. Like, yeah, they get the same droughts. But then Dog experiencing the drought, and there it is. Bars coming in. And they're separated enough in lines here that I can't spoil the end of the droughts. And that left side for Scotto, he's going to get a bar down, and he's got to find something for that left side. And no, that is going to be it. Scotto tops out at 115, and Dog needs to chase this down. Dog is yet to chase it down. So Scotto, you might still be active. Okay, now you're not. All right, there it is. So Dog gonna take this one very quickly, 3-0. Not the way that you want to see people go out. And of course, I'm sure your opponent loves to see you go out like that. So yeah, that is a rough game for Scotto. You don't love to see it unless you are directly the opponent or financially staked to the opponent. But otherwise, yeah, GG Scotto. Hope to see you again in future months. Dog, you will be moving on to the top 8. Okay, so let us go ahead and we'll set up our next match. Let me run an ad real quick. I need to take a moment as well. So if you could just, I'll run this ad. I'll get this, these players set up. What is it? It's going to be pink, right? So Dog's going to be here. No, Andy's going to be here. And Meme, right, is going to be here, right? Okay. And I'll refresh these players, get their thing, and then I just got to take like 90 seconds to 2 minutes. If you just bear with me, y'all. Okay, what is this? Seed 6, refresh, and seed 11. All right, so we got Meme going. And then Meme, when you get a chance, make sure you turn on your Hertz and input. Pixelandi not online yet. But you still got some minutes to warm here, so you're good. Now, Andy's not live yet, presumably because they have to go and swap out their capture cards. You know, you got 2 people who've like, you know, on the leaderboard of most. You know, some of the winningest players on the money list, and yet they're sharing a capture card. So I'm going to go ahead and just put on, well, we got to wait out for Andy to come back to get set up. So I'm just going to run this over here. Not going to make Meme warm up on stream. And then give me 2 minutes, guys, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, guys, sorry about that. It's just Sue got home. We have holes in the wall, and I got to tell her all about the plan for the mold, the big mold drama. So let me go ahead and refresh here. See if we've got Bro here or not. What is this? DM6? All right, Bro is here. So anyway, thank you. Sorry, I did have to communicate some stuff to Sue. So we're going to have Big Andy's face right in the middle. No, I'll fix that. Yeah, so again, players, you're on your warm-up. So if you could just make sure when you get a moment to turn on your Hertz and input display. Appreciate that. There you go, Big Andy. You want a big Andy, like right there, just face. No, we won't do that. Guys, you guys got to buy another Easy Cap. All right? I mean, y'all are professionals. Y'all are earning big money at this game. You got to buy a $14 capture card, okay? Benjamin Gordon says, "Is this live?" No, Benjamin Gordon, this is all pre-recorded. Yeah, no, it is live. It is happening live. Vizamp says, "That's such a YouTube question." Well, I gotta admit, I mean, YouTube is not the best for streaming stuff, and so many people run premieres and rerun content that I don't blame anyone for asking. But I do like to, you know, make fun of them because that's what we do. We make fun of people here. What am I doing here? I am gonna give pieces to these players. All right, players, I am delivering the pieces. So, you know, let's maybe about a minute left to warm up and then we'll get started, okay? All right, the pieces have been delivered to the chat, and they are 6B86, B7B. Beware of the B's and 8s. Okay, 6B8, 6B7, right? Good. Looks like both players are ready. It is top 16 match number 2. Pixelandi versus Meme. The winner goes to the top 8 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. On the left side, it is Pixelandi, the 6-time CTM DAS Masters winner. We have held this tournament 9 times overall, and Pixelandi has won it 6 times. His brother Dog has won it 2 times, and some guy from Italy won it that one time. And that is the history of CTM DAS Masters. Pixelandi qualified into seed number 6. He's from the USA. He's got a DAS PB of 1.32 million. In the most recent Premier poll for DAS, Pixelandi was ranked number 1. That was the July poll. And you can find the full results of the Premier poll for both DAS and Open Competitive Tetris over at premierpoll.com. Again, the 6-time winner of the DAS Masters event. He qualified into that seed 6 with a 1.10 million. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. And because he got seeded in the top 8, this is his first match of the tournament. Players who get into the top 8 get an automatic berth, into the top 16. That's a 2-round bye. His PB, that 1.32, last I checked, that was a top 5 score for PB for DAS players. And by the way, he's also, not only is he the reigning DAS Masters winner, he's also the reigning Masters winner. The first player ever to win DAS Masters and Masters in the same month. Did that in June. And it's funny because he's active still in DAS Masters right now. He's into the semifinals of the Masters event. So he's looking to do something that only he has done. And now he's looking to do it in back-to-back months. 235 here for Pixelandi. 256 for me. Of course, Pixelandi, now a 5-time Masters winner. And he had the longest time between Masters wins. Zafanya Nenu used to have the record at 20 months in between Masters win. Pixelandi, I think, came in at 22 months. So that was a cool accomplishment. Andy has been in Mega Masters 4 times. Played at our Lone Star event 3 times, and he was the runner-up twice. This is his 11th, is it 11th? No, 10th appearance in DAS Masters. And he also won a Challenger circuit back in March of 2020. I'm sure he'll never forget that achievement. On the right side of your screen, it is Meme, who qualified in with a 1.03 million. And she got a top 16 qualifier, which means she got a 1-round bye and didn't have to play until round 2. She defeated Demon, who was making his Masters, DAS Masters debut. So Meme defeating Demon in round 2 to get here to this top 16. Meme has a PB of 1.30 million with DAS. That is a top 10 score. And that was accomplished on a 19th start. And Meme remains the only player to have a 1.3 with DAS starting on level 19. She was ranked number 4 in the most recent Open Premier poll, unranked in the DAS poll. But if she can advance another round or 2, I mean, certainly that would have to change. She has been in the Masters event semifinals 5 times, and those 5 times were all in a row. So from late 24 to early 25, she had a streak of 5 semis appearances in Masters. She played in our Lone Star event in 2023, has been in Mega Masters 3 times, and also won a Challenger circuit. That was back in September of 2021. 591 here for Meme, 547 for Pixelandi. There's a Tetris Meme into 19 at 616, and that is a big pace for DAS. And you will see both of these players put up big DAS paces. But Meme starting to spire a little bit. And this could be a problem. We'll see what she's able to do. Trying to chunk this down and keep that well open. Long bar gets over Tetris for Meme, 654. 623 for Andy. He is on 19. So Meme's board in recovery mode after the drought that Andy is just getting finished with. So 653 for Andy on 20, 666 for Meme on 21. Tetris for Meme, 694. So ahead in score right now, but pace-wise, Andy slightly ahead. He's six lines back, 14,000 points back. Meme with a clean board. Andy still in cleanup mode. No good place for a square, so he cleans up the whole board. And of course, a square comes and ruins it all. Oh, Andy requiring the quick tap to uncover the right side by getting it all the way to the left. And he gets a couple bars down for Tetris. Is 749 for Andy. He's on 23. Meme gets a Tetris. She just got into 24. Demon is in chat. That's the player who Meme defeated to get into this spot. And he says, I was just playing the same seed and topped out at 746 at 143 lines. Truly the curse of pace. The line spin for Meme. She wants to win. So Pixelandi now ahead in score. Now we are on what we call level 19 speed. The next speed increase happens at level 29. That's 230 lines in. And that speed is virtually unsurvivable. You'll occasionally see players kind of line out and achieve another level or two. Pixelandi set the record for level with DAS in this event. The first time we ever held this event, Pixelandi in a Mullen got a level 32? So that was nice of him to break the record in our event. 952 for Meme, A21 for Pixelandi. Just a few lines to go. Meme has got to somehow find 2 Tetrises and more, actually. So I'm not even sure Meme is really going to be in a position to take this down. She's trying to, but yeah, not going to happen. Meme going to top out 958. Andy is good. He's got the max and more on 28. And he was setting up for getting one down the middle and maybe being able to take some burns. We'll see if Andy can get into level 30. He seems to be able to do it within DAS limits pretty often, but not this time. Doesn't matter. He's already got enough points. So Andy going to take game number 1. Oh wait, was it a Mullen? Oh my God, now bland. I don't remember. I gotta find out. Misinformation, guys. Oh my word. All right, so the pieces have been delivered. 6-0 FC5-1. Against Fractal. Fractal. Of course, Andy would go on to win that tournament, as he pretty much always does, at least 2/3 of the time anyway. Okay, both players are on seed. Both players are ready. Game number 2 about to get underway. Glickmus says, you always have great music playing. Thank you. I composed it myself. Now, if you want to find out more about the music that we play, We do use it by permission of the artist. It is not royalty-free music. You know, we promote his music and he lets us use it. So there is a link where you can find out more about the artist Flex Style. Been a part of our streams for, what, 7 years? I can't imagine CTM without it. I mean, I guess I can imagine it without it, but I wouldn't like it as much. And for having heard it for 7 years, like multiple times a week, I am not sick of it yet. So I guess I never will be. I guess it's just associated with so many good things that it's hard to dislike it. Chen says, I can't imagine CTM without Vandy. Well, I can imagine. I'm imagining it right now, and I'm so happy. So Meme in a little... Okay, yeah, there we go. Meme gets a long bar down. Andy gets a long bar down. Both players have gaps in the board. Meme gets another Tetris. My favorite Flex style track is Agua Fria. All right, we'll play that one next for you. 111 for Pixelandi, 130 for Meme. So, CTWC-wise, these players have had some success. Of course, both of them are on the short list of players who have made it into the finals of CTWC. Andy did it in 2020. Meme did it this year. Sorry for the spoilers. Andy has been a CTWC gold bracket player 6 times and has been in the top 4 or higher 3 times, including that finals appearance. And he took 4th in the Jonas Cup, that's CTWC's North American DAS Championship. He took that was in 2024. We're coming up on the 2025 edition of the Jonas Cup in just I don't know, like a month or so, something like that. A month, 6 weeks, somewhere in there. Meme has been in the gold bracket of CTWC 3 times. Again, that finals appearance this year. What a great performance. You can find a video about that performance. My understanding is that Sharky just uploaded one yesterday. So if you look up Sharky Tetris, you should find one uploaded in the last day or two. And so, you know, Andy was 4th in that Jonas Cup. Meme was 3rd. 252 for Meme, 309 for Pixelandi. DAS-wise, they have faced each other in CTM before. Not in DAS Masters, though. They did face each other at the Lone Star DAS Championship in 2023. That was in the round of 8, and Pixelandi won that one. And he would go on to go out to Sharky, who has won that tournament every single time he's entered. Meme in a little bit of a pickle. That is going to be a top out for Meme at 262, 345 for Andy. Andy is good in game number 2. New pieces are here, A23505. All right, they both signaled ready. So they are both ready. Game number 3 about to begin. Meme needs to win this one to stay in the match and in the tournament. So yeah, DAS-wise, they did face off in that Lone Star DAS in 2023. They very recently played against one another in a regional. That was 2 weeks ago. That was the Columbus Regional. In the Open Championship, Meme defeated Andy in a sweep to move on to the finals. They also faced off in our Masters event here in CTM in May, another open tournament. And that was in the round of 16. They met in that, and Meme took that one in a sweep. Of course, Andy would go on to win the tournament the next month. So these two developing a little bit of a history with one another. Tetris for Meme. $89,000. Andy, 120. There's a Tetris for him. The same line count right now. Early on, lead for Andy. Now they are both, you've seen them both in various regional tournaments all around the country. Meme is on quite a run in live regional tournaments. This year, she's got wins in Minnesota, Detroit, and Genesis. And she also made the finals of Ohio, Philadelphia, and Milwaukee. So I think this is kind of a, I don't know, maybe it's a little under talked about. Then again, I don't listen to anyone talking, so I have no idea. But, you know, in the finals of, you know, a bunch of regionals this year with 3 wins, it's kind of a big deal. $237 for Meme, $329 for Andy. Andy, of course, has had success at regionals too. He won the Waco Regional in 2024. That's the Heart of Texas one. He was the runner-up in the Space City Regional DAS event, and that was a decider with Blue Scooty. And Stillwater DAS, that was the Oklahoma DAS in 2024, was the runner-up to Dog, and he took second in the Lone Star DAS one in 2024. He was second in our Lone Star Championship, Open Championship. He was second in our Lone Star in 2022 as well to Fractal. So he's had some success at regionals as well, but Meme is on quite a run. $353 for Meme. Of course, Meme here needs to open up that right side very quickly. Okay, long bar gets over. Meme with a sigh of relief. Oh, kind of a last moment decision with that square that might cause her to lose some DAS here. It's kind of an adjustment, I think, and this could be a top out spiral. So this is going to be really tough to survive, and she is not going to survive. And Pixelandi is good And we'll be moving on to the round of 8. GG's to you, meme. Not how you wanted it to go, I'm sure, but always a pleasure to cast you. I've now had comments on YouTube. Some people saying, why is the commentator always biased against meme? And then another comment said, why is the commentator biased in favor of meme? So that's how I know I'm doing my job right. If they think I'm biased for or against the same player, that's good. Yeah, that was an aggro top out. Nate Swanson coming in hot with a $160 contribution to the prize pool. Oh my goodness, that gets us up to $1,100. We have met our goal. We're paying our top 8. So thank you so much. That's N-Dog. Really, really appreciate that. What's... Hey, hey, have you guys heard of N-Dog? Jasmine, have you heard of N-Dog? Anyway, thank you. What is N-Dog? Oh, nothing much. Dog, how are you? I don't know. All right. Okay, that's enough. All right, so we've got a problem. The problem is that Pixelandi and Dog are sharing the same capture card. Now, that means that they cannot play against one another right now. So let me report these to the thing. What was Dog 3? Were they both sweeps? They were both sweeps, right? They can't play against each other right now. One of their cards stopped working, so they've been sharing the same capture card for like months. And they didn't think like, oh, we're going to run into each other someday in the same tournament. They're like, nah, we'll just keep swapping back. And they kept getting lucky that they never had to face one another. Well, your luck has run out, Andy and Dog, and now you have to face each other. The rumor is that there is an easy cap on the way, but right now there is no way for them to face one another. So I guess we're just waiting on Amazon. Now, as I was saying, Pixelandi and Dog are some of the two of the winningest players on the Classic Tetris money list. Like, surely somewhere along the way they could have earmarked some of that prize money to get, maybe 2 or 3 of these capture cards just to have them on hand, just in case. They've already had, bad luck with them breaking. You'd think that they're, let's get a couple extra too while we're at it. They're $14 a piece. You'd think they would do that, but they did not do that. But anyway, there's a capture card on the way, so they will be able to play against each other. They will not be able to play against each other tonight. All right, so I have reported the matches, and now we are going to go ahead and see the results. Let's look at our round of 8. This is such an Andy and Dog problem. I know. I mean, I think these guys are on the Dave Ramsey plan. They're just trying not to spend money. They're trying to save as much money as possible. And they're taking it a little too far. Like, you need the tools. You need the proper tools for the practice of your craft. What baby step are they're on? Well, they've certainly blown past baby step 1. That's for sure. Anyway. Okay. I can't imagine that they're in debt. So baby step 2 not applicable. So they're probably on baby step 3. Anyway, this is what we've got. This is what we got so far in the top 8. We're still waiting on one more of our preliminary brackets to conclude. And it's this one. I don't know where this one is at. I don't think it's on the schedule. I'm assuming there's some sort of capture issue or something. So I'll have to check in on that one. Maybe I can sneak into the scheduling channel. Okay, it looks like all right, this is not in the schedule right now, but it looks like the players have agreed to Saturday at noon Central Time. So that would be 17 UTC. So it looks like that's when the Das Masters Green will conclude. And in fact, it should conclude all the way down to a semifinalist because it's going to be Giovanni Gold. Giovanni Gold, Eliash, and Nenu. Oh, I think they want to play down to a finalist. I don't know. We'll see. We'll let Zempro hash it out. He's continuing to hash it out. I think there's one more person that has to agree to it, but that is what is proposed right now. Okay, good. All right, so the next scheduled event, unfortunately, there's not going to be anything, no matter what happens, anything tomorrow or Friday. That is when we're getting apartment stuff taken care of, so I can't stream during those days. So the next thing that is actually solid on the schedule is the Tap Masters finale, and that is the semifinals. Alex T versus Coster, Joseph versus Dog, Tap Masters semifinals and finals. Have we met our goals for all 4 events? Bonne question. Let's see. We have exceeded our goal in Tap Masters. We have exceeded our goal in Stupid Masters. And of course, we have exceeded it now thanks to Nate. And of course, in the Masters event. So yes, Nate, I wish I could lie and say no. Now, we have not met the no, I'm just kidding. All right, anyway, let's go. So that's the next thing. That is the next thing is Tap Masters finale. Alex T, Coster, Joseph Saley, Dog. That is going to be Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And unfortunately, that's 1 a.m. UTC. So you're going to have to stay up. You want 2000 in Tap Masters? Yeah, I don't know. All right, we'll see. So that's what it is. So I think it's worth staying up for. Mino Floof says, nah, I'm not staying awake until 5-6. You got to, Floof. This could be a once in a lifetime thing. You guys have no idea. Could this be the last year of CTM? I mean, I'm going to sign up for deliver Amazon packages to keep my life going. Anyway, okay. So that is it. I want to thank everybody for supporting the stream. Twitch sub, Wheels McCoy, raid from GB Toast. Really appreciate that. Prizes. Oh, that's Tap Masters. That's not the right one. Prizes, we are still at $24.50. Oh, we had $10 come in, and I don't know when that was. But I will take a look and see who it was and make sure I thank them. Because last I saw it was $24.05. Oh, that was Nicholas E. Thank you, Nicholas E. Really appreciate that $10 contribution. I'm not sure when that came in, but thank you for that. And patrons, patreon.com/monthly Tetris is where you can make an ongoing pledge of support to keep the channel going, just like these people have done. Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, Canine Attacking Corporal, Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim, Rogue, Potato, Cacket, Mila, Jason. Okay, that is going to do it. We will see you guys on Saturday, potentially early for a Das Masters stream extravaganza, but definitely in the U.S. evening for the Tap Masters finale. So thank you so much, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out. Silver Sauce, Calum, Anime Cat, Caniac, Dirt Block, Sharky, Yoni, Sushiman, Matt K, Jungle Cook, Sergio, Trav Weave. All the stars are here. Josh, thank you. All right, take care. We'll see you guys Saturday. Bye-bye. Yeah, Mino, I got